Somewhere in the world, there is a barn formation on a farm somewheres that looks exactly like this. Welcome to the sidewalk made by Geomaster. We're not going to try anything huge like, I don't know, a chimps that I would normally do on alternate balloons round sometimes. So we're just going to have a nice chill video today where we're not going to try and stress ourselves out with any kind of mad 2 megapops. Not using the mad, but using something else that takes up the hero slot. So we're going to be starting this with a lovely little dart monkey, just so that we can get some pops and then put down Ben. And then once we put down Ben, then we're in the money. But we're looking to get a Ray of Doom, a Super Mines, a Spear of the Forest, stuff that can cover this long length of a track, but also as well covering the entirety of a track. Perhaps also some carpet of spikes as well. Let's see. Let's put Ben up here. And then, well, we can't really sell this dart monkey considering his price was 0. So we're going to start with the darting gunner. We're going to place him all the way over here so that, well, he's able to utilize his straight, because it's the only straight way you can really...
That is not cool.
Okay, so balloons are leaking already. So that is what we call not cool. And yeah, us doing that wasn't cool as well, because it means that any balloons that would be over here is leaking, just like that one was. So if this was a Jim's game, that would automatically be a failure. But guess what, Ben? You cost too much to put down on easy mode. Wait a minute. We're on hard difficulty. Right, we're going to be doing this on easy instead, and hopefully we'll be able to actually do this. I was thinking, surely I didn't have it on easy, and the prices seemed a little bit high, and we started round 3. I didn't even concentrate there, so should I take out the introduction? Nah. It's all the fun of content creation is the good, the bad, and the hiccups. So that's all going to stay in there true and well. Hope you're having a lovely day, wherever it is that you are doing right now. And I mentioned this in another video, but if you are in a lecture, or if you're at work and you need to work, or you need to study, or you need to look at your lecture right now because they're teaching you something, providing that not just reading. I've done that again. I didn't mean to press Ben's ability there, but it just happens, okay? But as long as they're not reading off a PowerPoint presentation, then please, by all means, look at what your lecturer is doing. Thank you very much. They are trying to teach you about the world, or about geometrics. I don't know. I do want some spikes at the very end of the track here. Some perma spikes at some point. But we really need something as like insurance policy, so that if any balloons do decide to try and exit here, then they will not be able to, because we got ourselves some spikes at the end of the track there. The MAD wouldn't work as well on this map, because one of their arms would be constantly hitting these fences, so only the rightmost arm, if it's facing this way, would then be able to hit balloons, which is only good against the male class balloons. But then again, there's our Ray of Doom that's good against everything. And I mean everything, even purples. Oh, we could put farmers on this map. This is definitely not a tower that we're used to in our videos. Okay, so the best way to go to a marketplace is to go 203. Greater production means you're able to summon more bananas out of a round, even though the middle path will, in the long term, get you more money. But starting off, you will get more money by going greater productions. If you don't have healthy bananas, then there's no point of going middle path. Like, there's just no upside to going middle path rather than top path when pursuing marketplace. But obviously when it comes to top path, well, who would go bottom? Who would go bottom path? Like, you would earn more money by just simply collecting the bananas than you would by just selling the tower itself. Oh, we might have ourselves a bit of a conundrum here. We run out of spikes at the end here. That's both the spike factory and the initial spikes that summon at the start of the game, with monkey knowledge on. 2 monkey farms will do for now. Now we're going to concentrate on building up our defenses so that, well, we're able to survive for these next set of rounds. We're going to get laser cannon. Purples will be dealt with the spike factory and the dark monkey down here. Have we got the money? Not yet, but we will soon have the money. Oh my god, this amount of PS might be an issue, actually. Is it going to be an issue? Nah, we got it in the bag. We need plasma accelerator if we're going to pop leads with our dartling gunner. But hopefully this should be able to do it. Yeah, there we go. Right and rain there. Another marketplace. Now we're going to go with deadly spikes when we can afford it, so that our back end here is even more secure than it would be otherwise. Only a few lives have leaked, and that was just our mana shield. Yeah, we're playing on easy rather than hard. After a pack 2 mega pops, a energizer 2 mega pops, and a balloon crush, not in chronologically ordered when it comes to actually playing them, done, I just want to kind of chill out for a little bit. You know, see how the world is doing through your eyes and know what you've been up to today. Obviously, you don't need to share it, but I'm always curious about how people are going about their days, how you're all doing. Not asking for specifics, but just hope you're all doing well, whatever it is that you're doing. Ooh, we do want plasma accelerator as soon as possible, because this is getting a little bit dicey when it comes to the lead situation there. Can't just solely rely on one tower to pop the leads. What is this? 2 tower chimps? And there goes the mower there. And I realise I shouldn't really put an alchemist down, since this barely gives any benefits, something that fires super quickly anyways, but we will make do with what we have. The occasional boost is okay. Sold 2 marketplaces in exchange for a central market, because, well, you'll get more out of each round if you go with central market rather than just these marketplaces. And that's the idea of them, getting 2 of a particular farm and then selling the one in which you want to sell, preferably one which has like the second upgrade of the bottom tier, so that your sell value is a little bit more. But then again, there's also the question of, is the sell value that you get back more than what you would produce anyways? Oh, purple balloons is now our new issue. Don't worry over, we will be getting Spirit of the Force at some point. But I do want to build up our finances first before we're going to go with anything tier 5 related. Otherwise, we might run into some issues here. Around 48 experience. If you've got a magical or an energy-based tower down, you're going to have yourself a very good experience of all those purples. Especially as well, no wait, it's 45 that has to be camo purple, so let's not dwell on that too much. Also, this one's going to be our Monkey Wall Street, simply because of the factor that, well, we can have valuable bananas and we actually get more out of it. In the long term, you always want to go valuable bananas as like your late game monkey farms, but initially you always want to go top path with bottom path as its main path. You're going to get more out of it in the long run. Long run though, you always go middle path, but when it comes to early to the progression of long term, then you would have greater productions. I think we can do it now. Yeah, we could get Monkey Wall Street, and because of the fact that this auto gathers other farms, if we can put one down, we're just going to put one little one over here, just so that it auto gathers. We get more money. Stop complaining, okay? It's just a farm. Speaking of farms, do you live near a farm or know anybody that lives near a farm? And in the spring months or like the autumn months when they plow fields, you have a nice countryside smell. The sort of smell that is very fresh and very aromatic. It's not that, but you know what I mean. It is a very, very peculiar smell, but it's not the worst smell ever, I would say. There are far worse smells out there, like meat produce matter. Meat produce number 2s is far worse than vegetable matter, simply because of what is contained within the matter itself. Like, you would always think that meat matter is far smellier than vegetable matter, and that is definitely true, because of the stomachs and the enzymes and stuff like that, and what the actual matter is on the inside. We don't need that Dark Monkey anymore. And because we have MIB over here, we don't have to worry about purple balloons anymore. But will we be keeping this? Yeah, we'll keep it. Okay, so banana research facility. That does... Why is that not automatically popped? Oh, right, it's because it wasn't given one of these Not that, but the things that it fires out. It wasn't given one of those because it's not the correct level yet in order to actually fire them on Moa class balloons. But I think nowadays it can fire on... Can it fire on DDTs? Let's have a look at Ben's levels here. Yeah, it can affect... the Trojans can affect BFBs and DDT balloons. Excellent! Uh-oh. That's not good. Sorry, I'll cough a little bit there. So, if we can sell this, and we're going to sell that as well, and sell that, we have ourselves a Ray of Doom. Excellent. You didn't see anything happen. What do you mean? I just paused the game. That was all. Yeah, I definitely lost that. But still, we're here to chill, not to set any records, okay? Not that we do that 99.9% of the time anyways. With our situation definitely under control, what have you been up to today in regards to your daily activities? Have you had a fun day? Have you had a stressful day? Regardless of which, have you learned something from your experience today? What have you gained from your work experience or your university lectures? Because you may never know what somebody might be going through at the end of the day. So sometimes it just takes one voice sometimes in order to pick up somebody throughout the end of the day. You know, there are a lot of people out there that don't actually get conversations because they're alone, unfortunately. Like maybe their partner passed away due to old age or any other kind of ailments. And I get that the store that I work in as well, you know, some people have quite a long conversation with me or any of the other staff there, and I think that conversation really makes their day sometimes. You may never know what somebody is going through, and if they're hanging around to have a conversation with you, perhaps just spare 5 minutes or so, or however long it takes, just to make their day. That might be their only conversation throughout the day, and that is unfortunately the case with some people. Not because of by choice, but because of circumstances that have forced their hand in a way. And it's really sad. Like you live with your family, or some people live with friends, or unfortunately there are people as well who are orphans, who have their own kind of family with other people who are not biologically related, but because of a bond that they share with their housemates, it means that they do share a kind of family bond, even though there's no blood relations with them. And that is definitely a thing that happens all the time. And I'm, for one, am with that, because unfortunately some people don't get to, no, everybody doesn't get to choose like where they're born or anything like that, or what their predecessors decided to do or anything like that. But it's what you make with your life. The most important thing as to how to determine what your future brings about is by creating that future for yourself with the deck that you have been given with at the start of life. You can obviously alter it in some ways to try and get the most out of your life, or like myself, I didn't choose the hard path. I chose the more laid back path and decided to play games for a little bit of my living. I cannot sustain a life with just the money I get off monetization. Like, it just doesn't cut it. I'm not going to share how much I earn, but it's definitely not what you would consider a comfortable life. So that is why also I have a part-time job as well, in order to make ends meet and all that, and also provide to the family as well when time, and if there was ever the case, times would get rough. But that is definitely not it. Times are not rough. For myself personally, things are comfortable, but they're not wealthy or outstandingly rich, but I'm content with what I have. And what you have around you, as well as people, you should be very happy with the things that you have around you, because unfortunately there are those around you that, or people that pass by you, are not as fortunate as you. So there is that. More life things with flare balloons here. So not always going to be the case, you know, but when it comes to a scenario like this, rather than, let's say, a patch to Megapops, there is room to chat about other things. And I feel like there's a little bit of I don't know, a bit of a perception problem when it comes to content creation, and the fact that Some people believe that because I am a content creator of this game, that means I know every animations, every feature, every single little intricacy about the game. And I'm the one to say that those people are wrong, because I think that within every single game of Balloons Tower Defense 6 that you play, there is always something new that you learn, even if you are the most, longest playing ever person. You're going to find something within a game, even like this, but you're going to be like, well, I didn't even know about that. And I feel like that is the beauty of games, that there are times where you're going to find something about it, no matter how long you've followed that particular game or been involved in that game's community. There's going to be something in that game which you're going to discover that is new. And that is the beauty of it, always finding new things. And in every update that comes about, or every little bug patch, there's always new things that are being added or modified, or taken away, unfortunately. I'm talking about the relentless glue gunners is a bug in update 38 that when you pop balloons nearby BFBs and CMGs, they also get stunned as well. Unintentionally, but that was back when the relentless glue gunner was in its prime. You know, being able to stun all sorts of different kind of balloons, not just ones that are intended with the Moabs and the DDTs, but the BFBs and the ZMGs as well. Who wants spiked mines? It's time for big boy mines over here. And yeah, super mines rounds 85. Yeah, it's not possible on chimps, isn't it now? I think you have to wait till the high 90s in order to be able to afford super mines. And I think somebody was able to get super mines on 123, which I think is the only map in which you could possibly afford it on, because of the fact that you can place the super mines, the Spike Factory on the discount square, and then it will go from there. Super mines doing work. Mobs going into it. The pineapple itself is not disappearing, but the Moabs themselves are. This tower is just honestly boomtastic. Also as well, even if when they expire and they just blow up like that, they have a huge radius to them as well, which is brilliant. Shall I complete the Spike Factory lot? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go with carpet or spikes, obviously, just to provide. But then again, the only downside there is that if you're hoping to build up a huge pile over it, it does encourage them to go faster. Put some of their gold fast stripes along. This is now turned to how long can we survive on this map? And honestly, I'm all for it. It's now time to get my favorite tower of all time. Special Operations. Help me. Round 92 is here. They're all just going into the carpet spots, which is lovely. So, our next venture is to get ourselves the Perma-Brew. And the reason why we got the lovely Special Operations, or I could have just stuck with the other thing, is so that, well, we can put a door gunner inside the Special Operations helicopter. And I think the best tower you can actually put inside it is the Dark Champion. Just because of the simple factor that, well, it's a tier 4, but it is more powerful than most tier 5. So speaking of which, let's do that now. Let's put you there. And even while it's being affected by the Perma-Brew, it's still applied even when inside the helicopter. So let's now move about this and apply it to the Ray of Doom. Increase its power, its attacks. Whoa. Yeah, somebody told me that they kind of ricochet off into another balloon there, which is lovely. And that was something that was added a few updates ago when it came to the Dark Champion. You see? That's just something I just remembered that a thing does now, that somebody told me about. So, you learn stuff every day. And the Dark Champion is beautiful against these DDTs. There's absolutely no complaints whatsoever there. So what's going to be our next venture? Well, I want another means of covering the entirety of the track. and that is through the power of the Forest of the Spirit. Sorry, Spirit of the Forest there. Sorry, I get the two mixed up. Hey, let's advance our back end even more. I bring down an XXL trap. And let's put you at the far end there, which is why you go middle path if you are planning on having a bit of microing when it comes to these traps. Otherwise, you might find yourself only sticking traps in one location, despite the fact that you can deploy them faster. But they're just a little bit, I don't know, fixed on one location. Round 99, absolutely no issues. Now we have ourselves round 100. But we also have ourselves an Ultra Boost now, which is lovely. Which means we get small but permanent increases to our attack rate. And also while the ability is active, you get a big dramatic boost. Don't worry, we definitely did not die on round 63. We set out for Spirit of the Forest, and Super Mines and our Ray of Doom. And we got ourselves a little bit more as well. And I think we're going to try and create the Dark Paragon throughout all of this as well. Not the highest of levels, but just to see how far we can go in this little adventure of ours. Eco Adventure. The stage is set. We have 4 of these in each row here, or each lane, so that there's equal distribution of pots throughout each of the rows by each of the... well, the Dark Monkeys, let's just say that. Right, how's that doing? We've got plus 10 now on that. Lovely. Okay, we're going to use the Plasma Monkey Fan Club. Destabilize all of this a little bit here. If I wanted to go... actually, I should have just think long term. So, let's just apply some Ultra Boost on our Banana Central there. And then we'll see how we go. Because these fences are going to be quite good when it comes to the actual Dark Paragon. But then again, since we're placing them over here, then it's not going to be hugely beneficial. Because you want multiple fences and not just 1 or 2. 1.3 million for the Carbon Spikes, 210,000 for the Super Mines, and 33 trillion for the Perma Spikes. Oh, the special preparations that work when it comes to the Dark Champion inside. Love. Okay, so we've got 2 bad. No, 3 bads? Me and my knowledge here. 1, 2. There's no third one. Oh, there is a third one. It just decides to summon its ugly purple head a bit later and give us its sweets. I couldn't think of a Christmas bad skin, so we're gonna go with something that is sweet. So, candy. When it comes to the map itself, I'd say it's more of a challenge-based map rather than a beautifully aesthetic map. Like, when it comes to like proportions, it is quite cool to look at. But when it comes to like visuals and stuff like that, it's something to ride home with and say this is a magnificent piece of art. But I'm not saying it's bad at all. I'm not saying that whatsoever. Round 124. Let's just check out our progression when it comes to being able to contribute. Yeah, we can still be able to get some more before we actually hit that confirm button. So many fortified DD... No, are they fortified? Maybe I made myself a fool there by saying they're fortified. So, in the future, I am planning on exploring something called 10 Megapops 140, which essentially means with a single tower, you get 10 million pops by round 140. And I've played a game just to test out for myself with the anti-balloon, and you can get just over 23 million pops before, so when you end the round, end of a game on round 140. So, and you can have about 95,000 pops to spare. So you could essentially do a 23 megapops, but that would have to be with a tower that is so reliant on its own, and you can support it anyways with, let's say, a perma brew, a set of overclocks. I say set as in meaning 2, and anything else that would either debuff the balloons or increase the speed of the town which you're intending to go through. But it has to be a very powerful tower to begin with in order to actually pull it off. So you can't do it with something like a Archmage because it's just simply not powerful enough. Wizard Lord Phoenix? Question mark. But definitely stuff like the anti-balloon. Like, anti-balloon is probably the first one you want ever want to go to. And surprisingly enough, you can have Oben down as a early game hero to help you out when it comes to camo balloons and lead balloons as well, because Oben's is Bramble, it can pop camo balloons. Okay, let's see how much we can contribute to the Dark Paragon now. We can contribute a full just over 400,000 here. So let's see how much we get out of this. And we get a level 70. That's actually much more than I thought we were going to get. So that's brilliant. So pops is definitely a factor. Tier 4 towers are still a factor. But they were nowhere near as much of a factor as they were back in the day when it comes to like the reliance on that particular feature of building paragons in order to get them to the max level possible. So this is definitely more for this row here. Could we get like a paragon per row here? Or is that too much to ask for little old me and my snowballs of fun here? I definitely didn't intend for this video to go for as long as it has been, but because we built our finances up quite well very early on in the game, it means that we can summon all these different kind of behemoths onto the field and just go very far. Although this is definitely not the ideal map if you want to go for as long as possible within the game. I would say do a map that is intended to be the most longest map ever that could ever be created. I do feel like though that the amount of nodes can be increased to something like, I don't know, 200 nodes. I think that would be a good point to have a maximum amount of, because then and there you can have a map that is so stupidly large that even the weakest of towers that can possibly like pop all different kind of balloons, so let's just say a flash bomb, can do that. Oh yeah, we got our first bad here, so that's brilliant. Also we put a Moab Dom over here so that we could try and cover all of these different things over here. Okay, so Burma charge. There we go. That does that. And now we're waiting on another bat to spawn. Okay, so that's a level 10 when it comes to the Ultra Boost. A little boost there, so that's fine. Here's another bed. You're going to meet yourself a bad fate there. Thank you very much. Okay, so if you don't know about late game, anything past round 140, aside rounds 163 and 263, every single round is going to give you a random assortment of different balloons to pop. You could be very unlucky and have yourself multiple bats to try and pop, or you can have yourself a bunch of ZMGs to pop, or a bunch of BFB, I won't say BFBs, but it is the case where you have to be kind of lucky if you want to get the best out of your performance within a given scenario. Speaking about future videos, would you people like a video going over like tips of how to do like a late game? Because I get some people in the comment section saying like they probably don't understand about this little thing, or what do you mean by when you say this kind of phrase here and there. So I would like to be able to do a video like that, but it depends on if there's going to be enough interest by people that they would, or they just want a video by me because it's me. I'm just kidding, but I am really grateful that people have a genuine interest in the content that I put out. It's not always going to be hit after hit when it comes to videos. Like when it comes to 2 tower chimps and 2 mega pops, usually those are the ones that do incredibly well, because people like to see the different things that a particular combination of towers or a particular tower doing the majority of the pops can actually do. Also, speaking of like a 10 mega pops, is this thing affordable by around 140? Because I think he probably is actually Legend of the Night. So Legend of the Night, round 140, 10 megapops, or even like a 20 megapops. May never know. Oh my god, all of this lag from the turbocharge, from the candy cane boomerangs. but I have summoned out onto the field. I don't see this going like past that round 200 this game. If I wanted to go ultra late game in this kind of scenario, I would have put many more farms down. So let's say farms up here, farms here, and farms here. These little spots which would otherwise be impossible to put a farm down, you can do because of the barricade kind of schematics are involved with these objects in which the map creator put them down as, possibly. Destruction incarnate! Actually, super mines 10 megapods. Oh, that would be very interesting because you would have to be able to afford it first in order to actually get the most out of its power, which is when it's super mines, because spice mines is nothing in comparison to super mines. Also, what am I going to ultra boost? Yeah, we're going to ultra boost this, since it will be inside the tower again eventually. We're just going to pick it up because I'm not moving my perma brew anymore. But I do want to get it to 10 before we do that. You know, get the maximum amount out of it. Oh, there's a bad that spawned over here, and the super mines have cleared it up. Lovely. Oh, okay. So that was nearly at the end there because of the XXSL trap there. So I'm thinking, regardless of what this is going to be, we should... Oh, gosh. Hold on. Yeah, this is definitely going to go towards late game now. So I'm thinking that whatever we have when it comes to this, we should deploy it. We shouldn't have done that. We're just going to do it. Let's see. Level 64, that's not so bad, actually. And that's covering both of these ends, actually. And because of the presence of a boomerang Paragon, it's also buffing our Dark Paragon as well, which is lovely. Bad. This is bad. It's not so bad. We have ourselves our high degree Paragons in order to do all this work for us. Tomorrow's video is definitely going to be balloon areas. We'll see what challenges await in that scenario. Round 163 is like a homage to round 63, but it's just 100-fold more. Wait, both ends of the mad missiles are able to go through these fences. What? Is it able to go over it, or am I just that lucky? I should have just done that the entire time. Although the mad does lack pierce though, so perhaps that's not always going to be a good factor. Okay, so let's get back now. Let's put you down here near the corner. Yeah, the ability I know goes through objects, but... Oh, does it? Now I'm not so sure. Does the ability go through objects or not? Or is it just these kind of objects that enables only certain things to go through? We've given up our finances. We are going down to the wire now. Whatever happens, happens, and I am very happy with the progress that we made in this, what I would call an advanced map, because if you're looking to do like a chimps game, you're only really looking to set up some early towers at the very end of the track so that you're able to get a coverage of all 5 of the lanes here. But only then would you put something down like a plasma accelerator all the way over here, simply because of the fact that you can utilize this very long straight, but it's very difficult to utilize it if we don't have a tower that is able to cover all of it. Status report, 4 mil... Oh my gosh, look at that pop increase. The super mines are so powerful. But the spike still has not been touched for a good amount of time though, that's the thing. Are we even relying on... Oh, we are relying on pops for a certain extent. And there's the XSL trap going there. All this noise, all this destruction and carnage going on here. It's also magnificent. Absolutely delightful. There we go. If I wanted to fully utilize this, you would have a homeland defense and 2 call to arms as well. Or if you have all the monkey knowledge points and the energizer, then you can have at least the call to arms effect up at all times, because of the fact that you do get reductions in your ability cooldown with both the monkey knowledge tree and from the presence of the energizer itself. Although you do get half the cooldown if you are a naval tower. So your Brickle, your first strike capability, your Pirate Lord, especially Pirate Lord, you definitely give that back. Although I don't think it actually buffs the Knave Arc of the Seas, because the only thing that can really buff a Paragon are other Paragons, or from simply having the Paragon of Power Monkey Knowledge point unlocked, which is the most recent one, and as one that has been introduced after the fact there is not still a single Monkey Knowledge point that benefits specifically the Beast Handlers. Why has there not been a Monkey Knowledge point in the support tree that is specifically tailored for the Beast Handler? I do not know. Ninja Kiwi, this tower has been out for a few updates now, and yet not a single bit of Monkey Knowledge point is dedicated specifically to the Beast Handler. Well, it probably would be very difficult to implement something, like it'd have to be specifically tailored towards a particular kind of beast. Round 185. This is definitely later than I thought it was going to go on for. I'm honestly surprised. Although I think because of particularly my Glaive Dominus placement, it definitely means that we're able to literally cover all of the tracks here, whereas we're getting very thin here when it comes to the mines that we're having down. So we're definitely suffering on that part. Okay. Where are we at here? I don't know. All I see is a bunch of balloons on the screen and no idea where to go from here. Let's see. This is at 722,000. Yeah, this is definitely a big popper. This Dark Paragon, definitely a big popper. This Glaive Dominus, though, this is putting in the work. Although I think if I put like the Dark Paragon on another lane, it would do much better because of the fact they can bounce off between these lanes here. Oh my god, this is coming down to the wire. We're running out of spikes here. Oh my gosh, this is so chaotic. This is getting wild. I did not expect things to get this chaotic. I know there are other towers down that I could place down, but I'm not going to go to that extent now. We've already laid ourselves here and we're going to ride with it no matter what, okay? You know what? Let's just add a little bit of dinosaur action if we can. If we can even do that. No, that's game over.
Not cool.
Dan, would you shut up, okay? You didn't do anything besides give us money. Anyway, cash generated 2 million. Yeah, if I really want to go ultra late game, this would be a way higher figure. And we would still be popping balloons right about now. So it's a coin flip when it comes to what Moab class balloons spawn after round 140. Although round 200 is always set to be the only be the fortified bands that come out. So that, folks, is this map, which I've forgotten the name of, To the Sidewalk. To the Sidewalk we go, near round 200. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and let me know what you thought of this map and what you thought of the video itself. It was a little bit random. There wasn't a huge set goal in mind. I love that one. That looks like Monkey Meadow there. But I'm definitely very interested to see what new things that Ninja Kiwi will add to the the map editor options, because I hope that when Christmas comes around, or when the Christmas season comes around in December, we'll get more items added to the store there, to more objects added to the map editor, so that we'll be able to have more of a wintry theme going on here. Oh bloody hell! Bloons Tower Defense Battles 2 in Bloons Tower Defense 6. I'm not a player versus player kind of player. I prefer playing against AI. Although cooperative I would be more down to. Let's say a co-op game, but that would be the... Oh my god, we're still in the void. That would be down to whoever, what other content creator would be down for that sort of thing. And also the Halloween's gone. I just wanted to see the Vampire Ace one more time, but that is that. So let me know what you thought about the different discussions within the video. Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves, everybody.